Nein, Bro. Soll ich das mal in Real Life machen?
Is one of the most popular urban exploration channels on YouTube, featuring raw footage from
Den muss ich mir reinziehen. Urbex Hill. Urbex Hill, okay. Soll ich mal sowas machen in Real Life mit Essad? Wir gehen in irgendeinen verlassenen Wald rein oder so.
YouTuber Chris Hill's visits to a lot of the more extreme abandoned buildings in the US. From abandoned mental hospitals to
Warum mit Essad? Bro, weil du einfach ein Adam bist. Du bist ein richtiger Mann.
decommissioned military facilities, Chris explores all of it, but specifically places that a lot of even the more extreme explorers wouldn't visit, at least not at night and alone like Chris always does. In January 2023, he uploaded footage of his visit to the now abandoned Paul Revere Elementary School in Cleveland. After almost a century of use,
Elementary School, das ist Ding, eine Grundschule, oder? Das ist eine Grundschule.
the school was permanently closed in 2015 due to declining enrollment numbers. Although there are allegedly plans to turn the abandoned building into a housing complex, as of 2024, Paul Revere Elementary is still abandoned and in terrible shape. From the moment Chris walks inside, it's pretty clear that the place hasn't been used in years and has been severely damaged by the elements, vandals, and the passage of time. The bottom floors are all flooded, the walls are peeling, the structure doesn't seem too sound, and there's rust, random papers, books.
Junge, das sieht so crazy aus. Das sieht richtig crazy aus. Ich schaue mir manchmal Real Talk privat solche Videos nachts an. Ich kann danach nicht mehr pennen.
And all kinds of debris lying everywhere. Throughout the video, you can see messages written in seemingly fresh chalk on some of the whiteboards, confirming that people have been in the building recently.
Rip Paul Revere. D. Jones 19. Geoff Sachs. Geoff. Okay, crazy.
This was actually
Wieso seid ihr noch da? Leila, jetzt wird's richtig gruselig. Du wolltest VOD sehen? Schau dir lieber die YouTube-Videos an und schau mit uns jetzt hier dieses Horror-Video an. Das wird crazy.
Chris's second visit to Paul Revere Elementary. When he uploaded footage of his March 2022 visit to the school, several people in the comments mentioned they had either been students or teachers at the school and talked about how incredibly sad it was to see their beloved childhood school ruined by abandonment and lack of maintenance. A little after 10 minutes into the exploration, you can hear some sort of ruffling sound and other strange noises coming from somewhere in the schoolhouse.
What is that? Do you hear that?
Ich habe nichts gehört. Wer war? Das war jemand anderes.
As Chris turns a corner in the hallway, another person's flashlight can be
Junge, ich hab grad über die Gänsehaut. Wow, guck mal.
seen shining down the hall. It looks to be just one person who was likely either another
Das ist
urban
fake. Der Lichtstrahl sieht ein bisschen gefaked aus.
explorer or a squatter. Still, at 1 a.m. in an abandoned building, it's obviously best to avoid drawing unwanted attention to
100%.
yourself,
Hau ab.
especially when you don't know the other person's intentions, which is why Chris ultimately
Ich krieg grad
decided to run
Gänsehaut.
instead of making his presence known. Making sure to walk in the other direction to avoid running into anyone, he then heads to the library and explores the rest of the top floors. As he goes into the bathroom on the top floor, he has another encounter.
Warte mal. Er geht tatsächlich noch auf den Topfloor. Er hat. Okay, das. Was meint ihr? Fake oder nicht fake? Licht ab, Licht aus, Alter. Ihr mobbt mich damit immer noch. Nein, Bro.
Somebody's in there.
Das ist 100% fake. Das kannst du mir nicht erzählen, Junge. Das kannst du mir nicht erzählen. Junge, ich würde sofort sprinten, was das Zeug hält. Warte, nochmal.
Somebody's in there. Scared the out of me.
Ja,
At the far end of the
natürlich.
bathroom, what appears to be a human silhouette can be seen standing completely motionless. After the initial shock of the encounter, Chris draws his gun and goes back inside to confront the man.
Einfach ein Assassine.
Hello.
Er geht nochmal dahin. Wollt ihr mir gerade erzählen, dass der nochmal dahin geht?
Oh, it's a
What the
toy.
f...
Oh my god, that scared the out of me.
What?
As it turns
the-
out, the silhouette was actually a scary mannequin that somebody set up, probably to scare away visitors. What's most eerie is that even though we can't know for sure how long the mannequin had been standing there before the footage was shot, for some reason it fell forward just in time for Chris to see it, the most reasonable explanation being from the sound waves bouncing off the wall. Most people would have left as soon as they saw the mannequin, but Chris continued to explore the rest of the school, seemingly unmoved by the horrifying experience he just went through. Though not before clearing the entire rest of the bathroom. Horrifying experience he just went through.
Wer hat das hübschere Gesicht, ich oder er? Kartoffelgesicht oder ich? Er. Ziemlich klar. Ups, jetzt habe ich gemutet.
Sadly, some of the rooms in the school are filled with books, whiteboards, and other perfectly usable materials that could have been donated to another school before the building was abandoned.
Das war fake,
But
Chat.
nobody
Das war
seemed to care
safe
enough to
fake.
give them away before the school was abandoned. About half an hour into the visit, Chris climbs up to the roof, which in itself is pretty risky. Even if you don't care about getting caught by the cops, there's still a very high risk of the roof caving in, especially considering the state of the building when the footage was shot.
Oh,
Fortunately,
nice.
he was able to climb down safely,
Da eine Pfeife? Rede.
but that's when a strange noise could be heard coming from the other end of one of the hallways.
The safe is still here. Wonder what's in it.
Da ist jemand. Da ist jemand. Man hat's doch schon gesehen. Boah, ich krieg trotzdem Gänsehaut, auch wenn es
As
gespielt
Chris
ist.
explores one of the rooms,
Da war
a
jemand.
strange howl can be
Habt ihr's
heard in the
gesehen?
distance, and as he raises his camera, you can clearly see a shadow moving
Ja.
behind the door at the far end of
Schaut genau da, am Fenster.
the room. By this point, it's pretty clear that not only are multiple other people in the building with him,
Ich krieg
but
trotzdem
now he's
Gänsehaut, auch
possibly
wenn's
being
gefaked ist.
stalked. Once again, Chris draws his gun and prepares for an encounter, but he doesn't find anyone in any of the rooms. After this, he admits he's
So
ready to
fake.
call it a night and decides to head home, but not before this final encounter.
This place is weird as hell.
Bro, hau bitte ab. Hau doch ab.
This place is crazy. I remember the last time I explored it.
Da kommt jemand, Digga.
Hello?
Ich krieg Gänsehaut. Da ist... Warte. Also wenn das echt ist, dann hat der Typ Eier.
Hello? What? Okay, I know I heard somebody coming down these stairs. I'm
Wie I'm out.
As he struggles to find his way out of the school, the sound of footsteps can be clearly heard on the stairway directly above Chris's head. But after running up and calling out to see if he gets a response, nobody acknowledges him. Luckily, he was able to walk away unharmed and has continued to upload videos of his visits to abandoned places pretty frequently.
Okay. Also er hat's lebend
The
rausgeschafft.
Proper People is an urban exploration channel owned.
Fake oder nicht Fake, Chat? Was sagt ihr? 1 für Fake, 2 für nicht Fake. 1 für Fake, 2 für Real. Wir hören uns da raus, Cat. Ciao, ciao. Ja, da haben sich safe 2 Kollegen einfach abgesprochen. Man weiß es halt nicht. Alles so offensichtlich gefaked. Faked mit T ist heftig, Digga.
By Brian and Michael, two friends who travel the world in search of abandoned buildings. For the past 10 years that their channel has been active, Brian and Michael have built up a reputation for being a trustworthy channel that only uploads genuine footage of their explorations. In a niche of YouTube that's often plagued by cheap, fake footage from people trying to get their 15 minutes of fame, The Proper People has endured as one of the most reliable channels in the urbex space. They
Okay.
gained their fame from explorations of genuinely cool places instead of faking creepy encounters or anything of the such. In 2016, they uploaded a video of their nighttime visit to the Jemison Center in Northport, Alabama, often referred to
Wenn echt, dann Respekt. Aber wie soll man heute noch was glauben? Glaubst du etwa, dass ich ein Faker bin und Scammer bin? Glaubst du etwa, ich bin ein Scammer und Faker? Als ob du nicht ein bisschen Eierstockflattern bekommen hast gerade. Essert schreibt, ich komm dazu, Bro, das wäre zu heftig.
as Old Bryce Hospital. From 1939 to 1977, the Jemison Center housed hundreds of psychiatric patients and acquired a reputation for treating them pretty
Schick mir
harshly.
das bitte, Weezy.
Often referred to as the creepiest building in Alabama, Old Bryce was closed in the late 70s and has since been reclaimed by nature and become a hotspot for urban explorers from all over the world. As Michael and Brian approach the location in their car, there doesn't seem to be anyone around, and after driving around the grounds for a while, the two YouTubers get out of their vehicle to begin exploring, settling on the basement as the first area to explore.
Wann wir Essert?
After more than 4 decades of abandonment, the entire complex is almost completely destroyed, and while some of the walls are completely covered in all kinds of graffiti, some of them aren't even there anymore. With the state of disrepair of the Jemison Center, there's always a chance that the structure could collapse on itself and trap Brian and Michael inside. But as they go up the stairs to explore the top floor, it becomes clear that an unsound structure is the least of their worries.
Whoa, look at this. Look at this staircase out here. Oh. There's somebody there.
Da ist jemand? Ich habe nichts gesehen.
Yes, I see their light.
Wo?
They're out there. I swear on my life. Right there.
Ich sehe nichts. Ich krieg trotzdem Gänsehaut.
Should I say hello? Yeah. There's somebody out there. Let's go back to the car. This way. If it's somebody wanting to talk to us.
Ich sehe nichts.
Oh yeah.
As the camera
Ich hab
pans
nichts
to the
gesehen.
window,
Habt ihr was gesehen? Musik ist gruseliger als das Video. Ist es auch ein wackes Video? Es ist nicht schlecht, es ist auf jeden Fall besser.
the outline of a person holding up a light can be seen on the staircase on the opposite side of the building. Disturbingly, as soon as the uploaders turn off their light, the other person does the exact same thing, indicating they were watching and didn't want to be spotted. Chillingly, if you rewind the footage to when the YouTubers arrived at the top floor, you can clearly see a light outside the window frame, but it's unclear if the light was coming from the same person who was watching them.
Oder vielleicht einfach eine Reflexion.
After calling out and receiving a response,
Junge. Ich dachte gerade, was passiert jetzt in dem Video? Junge, ich dachte gerade, da fliegen Raketen rum. Alicia, Mann. Ich... ein Twitch-Rate des einzelnen Chat, wenn der Twitch-Rate gruseliger war als das ganze Video, was ich mir gerade angucke. Ich hab grad überall, Junge, ich mach kurz Pipi. Ich hab mir fast in die Hosen gemacht, weil, kennt ihr das, wenn ihr Pipi machen müsst? Und dann, oh shit. Ich komm gleich wieder, okay? Alicia, Kuss geht raus. Kuss, Kuss, Kuss. Wait. Leute, wieso hatet ihr? Ihr wolltet, dass ich das anschaue. Wieso hatet ihr? Wisst ihr, auf was ich gerade richtig Bock hab? Ich hab mir heute Eiweißbrot gekauft, aber Eiweißtoast aus dem Kaufland. Eiweißtoast. Jetzt fett mit Butter und Marmelade. Boah. Boah. Er fragt, kennt ihr das? Er fragt, kennt ihr das? Wir Frauen müssen beim Husten aufpassen. Auf was? Hatte beides noch nie. Bro wird geradet und geht pissen. Leute, Horror-Mode. Okay, wir gucken weiter, Chat.
Brian and Michael decide to go back to their car to avoid getting jumped or worse. It's hard to know what exactly the intentions of the other person were, but what's even more disturbing is the fact that there were no other cars in the area when they arrived and when they left, which means that whoever was there had arrived on foot and probably been there for a while.
Oh,
Ridgely Hospital was a women's psychiatric hospital in Lancaster, UK that operated for almost 100 years from 1916 to 2013. Famous for being one of the first psychiatric hospitals in the UK that fought for the humane treatment of mentally ill patients, Ridgely Hospital housed
Ich
people
will die
in the
Dinge sehen,
maze,
ich will
which
die
is obviously
Reaktion
not the
sehen.
best idea when exploring an abandoned building. Keep in mind that most of these abandoned buildings are still considered government property, which makes it illegal to trespass and explore the grounds. Still, if you disturb a hostile squatter's home by being obnoxiously loud, getting arrested would
Ciao.
probably be the least of your worries.
Bro, Essad, lass das safe mal zusammen machen.
We're not scared of you.
Oh, yeah,
Mad.
well, I am scared of you.
I think Sean is the announcer, to be honest with you.
After hearing some strange noises coming from one of the rooms, the four explorers call out to see if there's anyone in the building, and this is where things get a little disturbing.
Bro, ich verstehe doch alles, Mann. Was redet ihr?
Hello? What?
Bro, ihr seid zu viert.
Everyone okay? Everyone okay? Keep calm. Keep calm. Keep Man! What the Oh, Julio, get out! Get out! Get out!
Oh, wenn es echt ist, absolut.
He's right there! He's right there! No!
As soon as one of the teenagers calls out, a man can be heard screaming from inside the room. Without thinking twice, Tom and his friends make a run for it back to their car, but disturbingly, the man isn't satisfied with just scaring them out of the building and ends up chasing them all the way to their car.
Wow.
It's unknown who the man was or worse,
Okay.
he got
Fake oder nicht fake, Chat?
upset rents. Vincent Philly snapped up, served the way, knew that mom, terrible.
Girl I'd like to see, knowing that that happened.
A little girl's backpack can be seen on the floor outside the kitchen. Although it's impossible to confirm if it belonged to Elizabeth Shove, it is possible that it was planted there after the crime by somebody else.
Oh.
As he explores the living room, the uploader finds more creepy stuff, including a DVD of the horror movie The Strangers, a Halloween decoration next to one of the couches, a shank, a broken baseball bat, and a ripstick. Obviously,
Waveboard.
the fact that these items were left behind is much more disturbing when you consider the history of the house. It's heartbreaking to imagine that some of the toys lying around the floor, several on 2017, his 2000, the notoriously Hungarian, the rest Jessica. church.
Bro, da
in
war,
their
da war ja gar nichts.
and reunited with her family in
Okay.
From disturbing graffiti to broken glass and peeling walls, the
Boah,
church
da
checks
hätte ich
every
Eier
box you
flattern.
expect from a creep.
Da, in diesem Gebäude, hätte ich richtig Eier flattern.
And he does bring his action. The main floor captures something pretty creepy.
That's weird. What's upstairs?
Oh.
Obviously, doors don't just randomly shut themselves, and as it wasn't particularly windy that night, it's clear that someone was in the church with Chris. But after looking around for a bit, he can't find anyone in the church and decides to head back outside to explore the rest of the buildings on Holton Avenue. If the church was in a messed up state, some of the houses are now into the basement.
The house
Takes a scary turn.
actually looks like it's just underneath the house. It's not really a basement.
Boah, Bro. Was ist? Was war? Was ist los, Bro? Was hat er gesehen?
Sorry. I didn't know nobody lived there.
Da lebt einfach jemand.
It smelled like I knew somebody was in there.
Stimmt. Boah, da lebt einfach jemand.
Expecting a base he never encountered. Hit him right. Complete con that the house throughout the hove and Property Hammond's
Something lifts in the door, and we saw this on the ground. Now, for those who can't figure that, figure out what that is a body stain. And you can see right there, there's a walker. So, unfortunately, it seems that the woman who had lived here had taken a bad fall, landed on the floor, and that's where she expired, unfortunately.
I had a bad body
Okay,
stain can be seen.
das ist natürlich wahr. Das ist wirklich wahr. Das ist heftig. Crazy, Mann. Ihr habt mir das komplette Video versaut. Lasst auf jeden Fall den Daumen nach unten da und let's go, wir gehen. Ciao.